Hi and welcome. I'm Lisa. Thanks for joining me here on the Whimsy Stamps YouTube channel. So I'm sharing a little more inspiration featuring that Slimline Meadow die. Easter is on us. I need to squeeze one more Easter card in and then get these things in the mail. Plus, I have something really fun I want to share with you a little later in the video. It's new to me, but I thought you guys might like to see it. Now, in front of me, I have the Slimline Meadow die there on the left. Build a basket dies in the center there, and then on the right I have the grass and cloud edger dies. I use those to create my own DIY stencils to do ink blended clouds or occasionally landscapes. Now, to save a little bit of time, I've done a majority of the die cutting off screen, and you can see all the pieces here. Now, I end up not using all of these, so you may want to take note of how many I do use if you want to recreate this card. The trees, the tree foliage, and the bunnies are from the Slimline Meadow Die Set. The grass is from the Build a Basket Die Set, along with this little carrot die you see there. That's from the Build a Basket as well. Now, here's a quick tip on how to cut the carrot. I have orange and green cardstock here. I've used purple tape to hold those together. Now, when you do that, you want to make sure there's no gap between your cardstock pieces. And honestly, I just dug these out of the scrap bin. Any shade of green and orange is going to work. So if you have some scraps, grab them. Now I have double-sided adhesive I've cut so I can place on the back of this, and then I'll cut the excess off, and then I'm going to take this piece and wrap it back around the roll so I can use it later. And then the smaller pieces of excess I cut off, I'll just go ahead and throw those in the trash. So now we're ready to go ahead and run this through the die cut machine. Just line this up so that the top part is on the green, the bottom is on the orange. It's easy to line up. A little bit of purple tape to hold it in place, run it through your die cut machine, and voila. Super simple, adorable carrot for Easter cards. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and do a bunch of those off screen. I'm not going to bore you with that. I do want to tell you to be very gentle when you peel that release paper off of the back of the carrots to put them on your card. You need to remember it's just double-sided adhesive holding that together. So just be careful with it, but I didn't have any problems with mine. So here in front of me is my new to me technique I'm going to be trying. A few weeks ago, I ordered this airbrush and I wanted to give myself some time to use it, see how it holds up before sharing it with anyone. Honestly, I originally purchased this to use the air from it just to move alcohol ink around on my Yupo paper. Now, I am going to have a video coming out on the Whimsy channel on using alcohol inks on Yupo paper, and I'm going to be using this airbrush in that video. If you want to check it out, be sure you subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on it. Now, a couple of things I want to point out. You saw all the extras that came with this, but this is rechargeable. So you get a USB cable to go ahead, plug it into your computer or a USB plug and recharge it. And you, believe it or not, it holds its charge for a while. I was so surprised. The price point on this is right around $60. And I at first was a little unsure of paying that for it, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to go for it. What's the worst that can happen? I find myself asking myself that a lot. But what's the worst that can happen? If it doesn't work, it'll be okay. I thought, you know what, if I try it and it works great for me and somebody else maybe wants to try it, at least I can say my experience with it has been amazing. So I love the fact that you can recharge it. It has so many features on it that I was pleasantly surprised with. Like I said, all the extras that come with it, it is a dual action airbrush. In other words, when you push down on the button on the top, that is going to control the air. When you pull back on it, that's going to control the flow of the paint or the alcohol ink you're spraying. So there's a lot of amazing features on this for the price and the fact that it's rechargeable. Also, it does have an airflow regulator there on the back, that silver knob on the back. You can turn it to increase or decrease the airflow that you're getting. So for what I'm using it for, it's perfect. So you can see how fast I went ahead and colored that whole background with my Copic refills. I'm even going to come in and add some more green to this. I'm just having fun with this, y'all. This is the first time I've used it like this, and I'm just having a blast with it. But look at that sky. It's so pretty. Now, I know you can use your ink blender brushes and blend this with your inks and stuff. I know that, but this is just something fun that I enjoy doing. So I had it and I thought, you know what, if I can use it for two things instead of one, that'll make me happier about the $60 I spent on it. So the fact that I get to use it just as essentially canned air for my alcohol ink blended backgrounds, plus now I get to do airbrush backgrounds with it, that's a plus. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and airbrush the edges on all of the die cut pieces to add more depth to these, more interest to them. Once I have this done, I'm going to come in and airbrush some brown across the tops of those heels on my background. And like I said, I was just playing with this during making this card. I really wasn't sure what the results were going to be. And as I progressed through it, I kept saying, oh, I could do this. And then that's how I ended up here saying, oh, I could put some brown on the top of these heels because I'm going to have carrots growing out of them. So we have the background done. I think for my first go with this, it turned out pretty good. We're going to go ahead now. I'm cleaning the whole airbrush out. You need to clean it out as soon as you get through using it. I just used some 70% alcohol with it. Now, I do want to tell you, please take caution when you're using alcohol inks like this because you are going to get fumes off of them. Wear you a ventilated mask, especially if you have any respiratory problems. Be sure to protect yourself always when you're using any type of alcohol inks because you do get some vapors and stuff from that and it can be harmful to you. So we're going to go ahead now and put the card together and then we're going to be done. It's that simple. I added some mounting foam strips to the back of this and then it's just a matter of taking all of your die cut pieces and arranging them however you want them to be. Now you're going to notice I went ahead and I added some Easter eggs to this. Those are from the Build-A-Basket die set and you notice there's 3 little red birds up there in the trees. Use any little red or any little bird die cut you might have. And then of course I stamped my sentiment and added that at the bottom there. I just used my VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink to go ahead and stamp that sentiment and added it with some mounting foam. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the airbrushing in the comments below. I thought for my first time it was pretty good and I had a blast with it. I will be doing it again on the channel and I'm hoping to perfect the technique as I move forward with it. So as always, you know everything is linked below. For more information on the products I used, you can head over to the Whimsy Stamps website. I also have that airbrush linked below for you if you want to check that out. Until next time, take care.